G'day gang, Pepe here. Just a little bit of an update on how we've gone with our great Dolma non-turning up saw fiasco. Thanks for all those people that gave me a bit of a chop out last night. Just wanted to give a bit of context around that, and I'm not going to type up 5 million words, so for those that are interested, I'll give you a bit of a rundown. Look, on the 25th of June, this guy from Lawn and Order, Adam, posted on Arbor's site in the States, basically showing a picture of a Dolma 6800i, new in box for sale. He also sent me a private message, and I assume he sent me a private message because I posted on the Dolma site. I was from Australia, he was Australian, asking me about whether I knew anyone that would be interested in a saw of that nature. Of course, for those that know me, that's my favourite saw. It's a bit of a one-off opportunity to get something like that, so I shot him back a note saying, look mate, send me some pictures and I'll see what I think. He sent me some pictures, it all looked pretty legit. I spoke to him that evening, he seemed okay, indicated what he would want for it, and I felt that was about on the money, so that was all good. Agreed that at that price I was keen on the saw, and also indicated that I was working through for the next 48 hours from early the following morning, that I wouldn't be in a position to pay him until Wednesday. And so he said that's fine, he would send the saw anyway, on the basis that I paid him on Wednesday when I got a chance to do that. So that's what I did. I he sent me a note saying that it had been sent by courier on the Tuesday. I paid the money into his account on the Wednesday. All good, I thought. Anyway, come Tuesday the following week, and there was no saw, no further correspondence from our man. And so I sent him a note saying, look mate, what's the go? Did it go Star Trek Express? Did they give you an indication of the delivery time, etc.? And no response to that. So I tried him again over the rest of the week, no response to that. And then on the Friday of that week, sort of sent a note saying, look mate, it's a bit of an occupational hazard when you're dealing with chainsaws. It's a pain in the ass and it takes a lot of time, but I kind of know the drill that you've got to follow. But sort of question, what do you tell your kids, mate, about the type of bloke you are when you're doing this shit? Because it's just, pretty kind of low level scamming type of shit. But anyway, and said, so I'll give you till 6 o'clock tonight, but after that, I'll put the word out about what's happened here. Anyway, I get a note back saying, oh mate, I'm in Bali, and no one's ripped you off, and that there's been, obviously something's happened. As soon as I get back, I'm back in a couple of days, I'll sort out what's happened, but I'll guarantee you'll get your saw or your money back. So, no stress, send a note back, no worries mate, will contact me starting next week. So on Monday, I hadn't heard anything back. That's of this week, so we're now a week and a half since I paid for the saw. Monday of this week, I sent him a note to say, so what's the story, mate? And he sent me a note back saying, oh look, I'm just waiting for a response from Star Trek, I'll get back to you as soon as I've got some information. And that afternoon I got a note saying, oh, sort it out, it was a fuck up with Star Trek. I'll send you the email that they've sent me, with what's happened and the tracking details, and sorry for the delay, it's all under control. I'm no crook. So I sent a note back saying, yeah, no worries, mate, send me the tracking details. No response. The following day, mate, still waiting for the tracking details. No response. Wednesday, mate, tracking details, no response. Thursday, mate, there's no tracking details, are there? No response. So on Thursday night, I sent him a note saying, buddy, I've given you a fair old chance on this. And on Friday, I sent a note saying, look, I'm accepting that I'm not going to get a chainsaw, I'm not going to get my money back, but, I'm going to make sure that it costs you a bit and that you'll start to get some feedback on that from tonight. So that's when I posted up the note on the various Facebook pages asking for a bit of a help. Now, the interesting thing is, old Adam responded pretty much straight away to people that sent him through a text, even though he hadn't responded to me for the week, and gave a whole lot of different stories. Like one person got a picture of a sick kid, lots of people got the group text that said, just give me the account details and I'll pay the money back until the saw arrives. But no response to me at that stage. So I sent a note saying, hey mate, it'd probably be easier if you just dealt with me. Like, I'm the bloke that you sold the saw to. And, just let me know. Just give me the tracking details or just be honest about what's going on here and we'll sort it out. He sent a note back saying, oh, give me your account details and I'll pay the money. I sent a note back saying, mate, you just either give me the tracking details or tell me that you haven't sent the saw, and then we can work out what we're going to do. And that's the last correspondence that I've had. So the sort of pain in the arse on this is that you end up going, look, I'll pay you money back until the saw arrives. I'll do it, and then it's Tuesday next week, and we're in exactly the same boat. And that's the way I think these things work. I reckon this guy, I don't think he set out initially with this big major scam. Maybe he did, maybe I'm naive, but I think he probably did have the saw just by the look of the pictures that were posted in the discussion that I had with him. My suspicion is that he's probably sold the saw multiple times, so he's probably taken money from a couple of people, and there might be someone who actually has a saw. That's a possibility. But the bottom line is, I don't reckon I'm going to get the saw, and the chances of me getting any money back on this are going to be reasonably thin as well. But I reckon you've got to kind of at least make it a bit of a challenge for people that go through this sort of process, or else we're all susceptible. The sort of shit that we buy, you're dealing with, people all over the country. You got to get stuff posted to you. Some of them don't have PayPal accounts. Some of them don't have, you're not buying through eBay or whatever. You're buying through Gumtree. And for people that are into big stills and big huskies, you're talking $1,000 plus for some of those saws. So it's a lucrative market for people that want to kind of scam the system here. Anyway, that's my sad story. I'm going to have to cop that. There's still a few sort of steps I've got. The cops are not interested in full. They don't give a shit about Pepe and Bunningong, not getting a saw that he paid for. But when it's a new item or something that's posted as a new item, and the likelihood is that it was stolen at some point, would be the story here. That's where you might get some joy, and you might get some joy in terms of the specific internet or online fraud stuff. And so that's where we stand at the moment. But basically, I've had no response since I've said, look, you just give me the tracking details or tell me that you didn't send the saw, and be honest about that, and then we'll work out where things go. The idea of I'm going to send my bank account details and then cross my fingers and hope for another week that he might pay something in, that's not going to work, so we're not going to do that. But yeah, I guess probably the bottom line on this one is that you got to make a choice here, guys, in terms of if there's someone in Victoria, if you've got a saw that comes up in Victoria that you're interested in, then I'm happy to go and have a look. I'm happy to negotiate with the seller. I'm happy to send you as many pictures as you like, etc., of the saw to make a decision about whether that's what you want, and to box it up properly for you and send it through. And I reckon for those guys that are genuine enthusiasts, that's probably the way we're going to have to go. Because this is the second one for me, where the first one, when I bought a Husqvarna in Tasmania, and I had to get the guy, basically have him on the phone and walk him to the post office to get it sent cash on delivery, because he'd spent the money that I had sent to buy the saw and just couldn't post it. And he was, I think genuinely, he was just a bloke that had a fucked up life that just couldn't get his shit together. On this one, I reckon it's going to be a bit of a similar story. I reckon this guy is going to have shit happening everywhere. He's going to have multiple things that are on the go where he's under pressure, and to some degree, my saw and that situation is probably one of multiple things that are happening for him. And all you want is to go, hey mate, that's not, the solution is not to go through this process where you're fucking jerking people around all over the place. The solution is to be honest and upfront and to work out a way to get your life under control. That's what you hope. You want people to genuinely be in control of their life, but obviously there's a fair few people that aren't. So thanks again for your help. for those people that send a text through or whatever, don't get into a blue with this bloke. This is not about being threatening or being emotional about it. That's not going to achieve anything. But it is about going, you know what, you've got to live your life, champ. You've got to tell the story about the type of bloke you are. And you can talk up however you like about why you would justify how this is played out. But at the end of the day, if you want to sell something and you negotiate with a person and they pay you the money, then your character kind of plays out based on how that transaction ends up running out. And on this one, you just look like a pretty shit bloke. And so you got to live with that. If that's what you want to be, if you want to be a shit bloke for your life, then fair enough. But I guess that I've probably found that some of the guys that I've met through the chainsaws have just been unbelievably good people. And I reckon that the solution for us is to basically make sure we give each other a chop out. So I'm putting the offer out there to say that if you need help with anything in Victoria, let me know and I'll do what I can do to go and have a look at the saw, to take some pictures and to help you out. But I reckon that's going to be the future for the people that are genuine enthusiasts. But I'll keep you updated and we'll see how we go. Cheers, champs.